Hi, hello, Dr. Stock viewers. Welcoming you all to my new video. In this video, we're going to detailedly see about Happiest Mind Technologies, an IT company which is coming for the IPO on coming Monday, that is August 12th. So before I want to proceed with this video, I want to thank all my teachers who are part of my journey so far. So I've crossed almost around very close to 100 plus teachers as of now, right from my schooling till today. So schooling, college, after that it is going to be my professional life. So all this where I have crossed more than 100 people, and I want to thank all the 100 people over here. So, and I want to specially thank 3 people who are part of my family, so who are a professional teachers. So I want to thank my father, who was a teacher for around close to 30 plus years, and he has done with the service. And I want to thank my father-in-law and mother-in-law, who are also professional teachers and who are in service. They are serving for the government of Tamil Nadu. Now, moving on with all the special things, without teachers, we are nothing here today. So they are the leader for all our beautiful life, which is happening on a day-to-day basis. Whether we put 1 plus 1 equal to 2 or something else, all these things is being treated by them only. So all these things are done because of them. I want to thank each one personally on this. Thanks. So before I move on with this IPO, right? So I want to take some key things to come under this thing. So it's like we're gonna see this IPO in a way of around close to 5 important things like history of the company, management, business, what the current company is doing, and what kind of areas the company is concentrating. Next, the financials, and actually, fourth one would be your actual valuations of the company. Fifth one would be what are the negatives and positives of the company along with the valuations and financial parts. I'll be collaborating everything and I'll be letting you know one by one accordingly. So right now I'm moving to the Happiest Mind company, so which is actually a Bangalore-based company which is started in the year 2011. So I'm moving on with the key points now. Happiest Mind Technology is founded in the year 2011 by a person called Ashok Sutta. So he's the one who founded this company, and this company is operating with more than around close to 350 plus customer base. They have served 350 plus customer base, and right now they are having around close to 148 customers. So this is something like a old data. So they are having some 170 plus customers is what it's showing. So they're basically into different business units. So they form their major investments from the digital technology software. In software, they are putting up the digital technology basis. We will see that all things one by one on the business and what are the business units, all other things in that way. Let's move on to the history of the company is done. Let's move on to the management part. Before that, we will see what are the simple things happened in the company. So how it came up and what are the things, who are the investing people, all other things. So briefing about this company as per the Reddy Herring prospectus. So they started this company around very close to 2011, that is March 30, 2011. So these are the base in which the company has expanded. In 2011, they started by a person called Ashok Sutta, and in the same year, they established the presence in US, UK, and India, 3 countries. And after that, 2013, they expanded their business to Australia. So that is one important thing to be noted. After 2 years, they got some investment from the CMDB2, that is JP Morgan is the investor which came in with 19% stake during that time. In 2016, after 3 years from Australian entry, they entered to Dubai. So in 2017, they acquired Hoopla. Okay, this is something like so in 2017, they acquired a company called Cupola. So it is basically an AI-based company in Bangalore. So from there, they started that venture and they are working on that as well. After that, in 2009, they made their brand expansion in the name as Born Digital, Born Agile, which is the one which now they are using as a brand. So they are having around close to 148 customers as of now, as per the Reddy Herring prospects, active clients. So they have served around close to 350 customers as of now. So moving on with the board of directors, Mr. Ashok Sutta, who is serving as the board director. Let's go ahead and see about all the other things. So the company is majorly operating in 3 business units. So that is called as the project engineering services, digital business services, and infrastructure management and security services. So every business unit, they have a specific CEO, means that they are giving very much importance to that specific business unit specifically. Apart from that, the company has appointed a CFO, and this is all the board of directors of the Happiest Mind team. So this looks a stable thing. So usually companies will have only one CEOs, but they are concentrating on separately on the business units, which is something very much a big news. Now moving on with the director and director things. So that every IPO, right, which is having unique specifications in the market today, while coming to listings, we need to see about how the director or promoter who is doing the business is taking things ahead. Ashok Sota actually is an IT winner in India. Reason being, he was with Wipro Technologies for a stipulated time where he had made 250% growth in Wipro Technologies. So almost he saved very close to 15 years in Wipro Technologies, starting from the year 1984 to 1999, which is something big. From there, USD 2 million company in 1984 is turned to USD 500 million company. That is something like a very big, huge amount. So he is also one of the part of the key member of the team along with Asim Premji. Later on, he founded a company. He was a co-founder in a company called Mindtree, which is right now a 1 billion company in the year 1999. So this is all we have about Mr. Ashok Sota. So means that he is having stipulated time in the IT and he is having a good mindset to make the company from a small company to a multi-bagger company. That is what we've seen as of now, as per his career experience and as per his growth experience. So still 2011, he was with Mindtree. After that, he founded this company. So means that a stipulated time of around close to 12 years he served with Mindtree as well. So almost when you take the professional experience of him, it is around very close to 25 plus years, which is sound in the industry at the moment. So he is actually alumni of IIT Roorkee. That is what is yearly life. And we'll move to the next things. Like right now we are moving into the business on what the things Happiest Mind Technologies are doing. So they are into 3 business units: digital business service, product engineering service, and infrastructure management and services. In this 3, they are coming with different base units, like other things which they do as an adoptions. So Internet of Things, digital process automation, artificial intelligence or analytics. All these 3 are the 3 trending things which is happening in the IT industry as of now. So means that everything is getting automated in the form of Internet things. All other things they are doing. Artificial intelligence is something that they are making everything in a automated way. So means that completely they are into a digital stream. Now moving on with the different services on which base the revenue is getting attracted to the company. So digital infrastructure cloud, the split up is like this. Currently we have 43.7%. Their earnings are from this way. SaaS and security solutions, they have around close to 30%. Analytics, that is AI, artificial intelligence, in both they are contributing around close to 12%. And IoT, they are having around close to 9.3%. Coming with the customer on base of clients, EduTech, that is the educational venture. So right now they have stipulated higher ventures of projects in that. Because of this current lockdown is happening, 27%, that is something quite higher, which grown like 18 to 27 as of now. High tech, they are stably performing there with 20.5, and BFSI, as usual, the banking and financial sector, 17.4. Travel, media and entertainment, they have around very close to 12.9 as currently in this space we have so much issues currently due to the COVID things. The retail, they have around very close to 5%, and industrial 6.4, manufacturing 5.6, and others 4.6. This is how the company is getting the revenue on base of the projects. Now let's move on to the locations in geographical as per the business value as per the USD dollars. So majorly 78% of their clients are from US. So that is one thing we have to keep in mind, because as per the dollar revenue is considered, any slash in price will attract some more issues with the company's moves. Moving on with the revenue base. So in the USD 1 to 5 million, they have around close to 24 customers, and USD 5 to 10 million, right now they don't have any new customers at this moment for this quarter. And more than USD 10 million, they have around close to 1 new client added. So almost 25 new clients is added to the first quarter of this particular year. Specifically, US is contributing major here. So revenues from infrastructure management and security services, it is contributing almost close to 364. Revenue from digital business is coming around very close to 460, and revenue from product engineering services is coming very close to 950 millions as of now. So as of now, this is the revenue base as per the BU. Now, moving on with the key point. So why we are here today, it is because of the IPO. So what is this IPO? What are the special things we're going to see in this IPO and which is the dates? All other things will be explained in this slide. So here IPO is getting opened as usual 3 days, 7, 8, 9 September. And this is having an issue of around very close to 700 crore. And in this, fresh issue is for only 110 crore and offer for sale is coming for 592 crore. The face value is 2 and the IPO price is 165 to 166 and the market lot will be 90 per share. So this is the common details. Like minimum we are going to apply for 90 stocks, that is 1490 is the minimum amount and the maximum amount would be very close to 2 lakhs, that is 194,220. 13 lots is the maximum. So pre-IPO holdings, the promoter group is holding 61.77. After the post-IPO, it is going to hold 53.25. So as of now, the promoter is offloading some stocks. So that is very close to 8,41,000. It is coming very close to 84,14,223 stocks. The promoter is offloading, that is Ashok Seta. And along with him, JP Morgan Financials is also offloading some shares. So that is coming very close to, they're completely exiting. They have around very close to 19%, they are completely exiting. So that is what this IPO in that part of offer for sale is happening. So what is happening specifically here is QOBs, that is qualified institutional buyers, are occupying major contribution in this 700 crores. Their portion is around very close to 75% and non-institutional investors 15%. And here important point to note here is retail individual investors are allowed only for 10%. That means out of 700 crore, only 70 crore equal amount of shares is allocated to retail investors. That means there is a clear demand for retail investors as per the stock market concern is happening. Revenues, moving on with the revenues. So this is the revenue split up for Happiest Minds as of now. So this is the revenues. So in 2018, the company is making a minor loss. And 2019, they have made that loss to come back. They're into profit of very close to 17 crore. And in 2020, they made a profit of around very close to 61 crore. So right now they're into the Q1 and they made a profit of around 54.5 crore. Means that digital market is growing like anything due to the current corona issues. You see any company right now digital, they are making money like anything. So recently the Zoom app company, which is listed in US, right? So the company has came out with the results. They had made some 150% increase in their revenue as of now. So that is the reason this digital players are making good money in this corona time. Means that this digital business is growing like anything during this lockdown time. So coming on with the debt to equity part. So right now the debt to equity is the one thing which we need to see, because companies having some liabilities, so means that they are into some debt. So they are into a debt to equity ratio of 0.5 in the year ending 2019, and in the year ending 2020 increased to 0.9, which is not an healthy sign for a company like Happiest Mind Technology, because they are into emerging point. In emerging point, they should not have these things. So that is what we have to check importantly here. So moving on with the peer players who are competitions for Happiest Mind Technology. So they are into different geos. So they are like in UK, US and Luxembourg. So Endava, EPAM and Globant. So comparatively to all these models, all are operating in 95% offshore models. So similar pattern is being delivered in Happiest 2. Revenue split completely there into digital, and Happiest is also into completely digital. So compounding average growth returns of Happiest is slightly lower than them also, because they have grown like anything in this 4 years, but Happiest is not like that. So it is like 17.21. Might be this is due to the listing issues. So let's check how it goes after that, because all other things growth is shown very clearly because they are into the listing space. This people is not into the listing space. That might be the reason. And more importantly, we are going to see about return on equity and return on capital employed too. Companies having a very less employee presence of around very close to 2,666. Comparatively, all other companies are having higher employees. So moving on with the ROC and ROE, comparatively for all other companies, it is quite less, but for Happiest it is higher. Reason being, they are a very small company with an employee strength of very close to 2,666, and they are utilizing their employee strength in a very good force. Operating margin is commendable, and it is in line with the industry standards. It's very close to 11%. That's fine. And coming on with the peer comparison with other IT people who are available in India. So as of now, other IT people are into the legacy business mostly, and this company is only contributing 3% into legacy IT. That is the normal old IT business. Digital transformation, they are into 97% at the moment. So they are very close to Accenture's competitive here in this space. Comparatively, Accenture is gaining upper hand here in ROCE and ROE as well when compared with Happiest. So other things are very close to that Happiest, but still Happiest leads this ROE and ROCE values. This all things we have as a part of IPO. So here one disclosure is right now the QIB is open for Happiest Minds, and we have got almost very close to 25 anchor investor invested. So that happened on Friday. So around very close to 315 crore investments of money has been applied from the QIB, that is anchor investor portion. That means clearly a demand is there for this type of business. Reason being, digital is the one growing thing which is happening in the market for the past 3 to 5 years. Digital things are growing like anything. There is an evolution in this place as being considered in Indian market. This is going to be a monopoly company when digital market is concerned. So as of now, we have something called InfoEdge and Affle India Services. So these companies are rallying because of their digital presence only. In the similar way, in coming days, this company also will be rallying in the market. That is due to the digital presence. That is the important thing we have to keep in mind. And moving on with the negatives or some of the limitations of this company right now in the IPO space. So it is like what we can see as of now at the moment is promoters are holding very close to 61% of stocks, and the other anchor investors are holding some other things like Intel India is holding some stake, and JP Morgan Financials is holding some stakes. Major important thing we have to see in the shareholding pattern is currently out of 61.77% of the investor, of the promoter group, 30% is pledged as of now. So that is one important key thing we have to keep in mind as far the valuations is concerned. So this is going to drag for sure the investors' minds. Next important thing is the current EPS of this particular company is very close to 5.36, and that is reasonably fine, but the PE of the company is very close to 31. So that is something making this valuations of the company at 166 rupees is slightly higher the price. And one more important thing is this board member, executive chairman, right? So the board member of the team is working on a high age factor. That is, he is very close to 77 years, and there is no replacement done to him as of now. So that is also one of the primary major concern to be keep in mind as an investor. So this all three key factors you have to keep in mind when you are going for applying for this IPO. Definitely this IPO is going to return a good amount as for an investor in terms of the return gains for the initial time. But company has to mainly work on with its debt to equity. It need to work on the pledges, and it need to work on with the profitable growth. It need to bring up all other things, and it need to successfully make one another management change accordingly for the replacement for the executive director, as he is aged very close to 77 years. So all this information is all personally concerned with my opinion on this IPO. So kindly take your own decision before taking anything related with the financial markets. Thanks friends, thanks for watching this video. See you all with yet another video.